Hello and welcome back to another episode of bigbusiness.co.in, where our goal is to grow your business. So now that you decided what product to export, you need to find out the right supplier for this particular product, because finding the right supplier is as important as finding your life partner with whom you're going to marry and live with actually. Why? The reason is very simple, because in export business, trust and cooperation from the supplier is very important, because the supplier needs more business through you and you need good products and timely delivery from your suppliers. So if you don't choose the right supplier, you're going to have headache and you have to go through hell in convincing your customers, and that will be a painful process. So the best thing is to find the right supplier for your product, and that will make your life more easy and more comfortable. So let us see what are the processes and procedures for you to find the right supplier. Number one, when you figure out what product to export, do your homework first. Make sure that you understand more about the subject matter. Make sure that you go to the particular proximity of that place where the particular product is processed in abundance, or maybe it's produced in abundance. For example, if you want to become an onion exporter, it's best that you go to Nasik area and spend a few days over there even before you can talk to your customers and get an order, because the more you know about the subject, the better it is for your safety, and then the supplier will not play around with you and take you in the wrong direction and put you into trouble. And also, when you go to the market where this particular product is being processed or manufactured or grown, you will come in touch with a lot of suppliers over there, and you can also verify about the supplier once you zero in on him and select him with his colleagues or nearby people over there, and then you can do some kind of a due diligence about the what do you say, the characteristics of the supplier, and then that way it will be helpful for you. So first of all, I would suggest that you go to the place where you want to procure the products and spend some time over there, find out who's doing what, do some homework, do some groundwork, research a little bit more about the product, and also research a little bit more about the supplies available over there, and then choose one or two out of the available list over there. Now that you've done your groundwork, you need to understand what the product is all about, what are the specifications that is being used here, because we need to go talk to your supplier. You don't want him to look down upon you and send you away, because he might think that you're wasting his time if you don't know the product that you want to deal with. Okay, so it's very important that you go and learn the subject well, learn more about the products, use the internet, browse a lot of websites, go to the place before you go in touch with the direct supplier. So once you've done all your homework, you are still not the master in it. So obviously, once you want to go meet the suppliers, so you can tell them openly that you are new to exports and then you are willing to do this particular business, and that's the reason why you're there, and they're more than happy to help you if you tell them straight away openly that you're quite new to this business. The reason being that if you want to give false promises or false hopes or kind of a false air saying that I know all this and I just came here looking for the supplier, if you want we can do business together, well, it's not going to work, because after you utter a few words they will know immediately that you are a novice, you don't know much about the product, and then their interest level will go down. It's better that you tell them in advance or right straight away on the face saying that, hey, I'm here, this is what I'm interested in doing, and if you can support me it will be great, and then definitely yes, they'll be more than happy to support you. The reason being, today every supplier wants more customers, every manufacturer wants more customers, but they're only interested in dealing with genuine people. And if you're genuine enough to say that you're quite new to this business, yes, probably they'll have a little bit of time for you and they'll try to help you with the basics, but of course they're not going to open up everything for you. They are not your guru or teacher. So you need to figure out all the aspects of the business one by one, and it is always great and better if you can transparently tell them that you're quite new to this business, and that will help you in finding the right match also. Okay, now that you understood the subject matter, now that you openly tell the supplier that you're quite new to this, then what should you look for in the supplier? Number one, when you find a supplier, don't go to another trader, okay? Go to the end manufacturer himself, go to the root level. because if you're going to buy from another trader, he would have already added up his profit over there, and then there's not much scope that you can make, and you will not be competitive in the market at all. So obviously you need to go to the root level, you need to cut the middleman in between, and you need to go to the root level and figure out whether he is a manufacturer himself or not. Because if he's going to be procuring the product from somewhere and selling it to you, then obviously he's got a margin over there, and then you will lose your edge over your competitors. And number two, when you go to these suppliers, you have to look at his infrastructure. You have to see what is he doing and his history, about how long he's been in this business, and what is the transaction that is taking place on a live basis in front of you. And most importantly, can he be trusted with the money? Because the point is, most of the suppliers would ask for an upfront payment, and sometimes there are cases when people take money but never deliver the products, or never deliver it on time, or put these exporters into trouble. So that's a bad thing actually. I mean, you are getting started and then you put the wrong foot, and then he takes your money and runs away, then that's going to be a mess over there. So you need to check his credibility, whether he keeps up his word, whether he's got the capacity to do the order, and what other things that you need to figure out about the genuinity of the supplier. You need to do those kind of due diligence before you part your money with him as an advance payment. Now that you found the supplier, you need to go at the time of loading or at the time of packing to his factory to visit what is going on there, and see whether the product meets your specifications and whether he has done it the way you want it. Because if you don't take care of it at the root level, definitely then you'll have some problem once you export it. Because I see from my experience, most of the suppliers, they just want to kind of make a fast buck here and there, and they're not bothered about long-term goals and long-term relationship, which is very bad, especially in Indian context. I'm telling you, suppliers don't really bother about long-term business. They just want to take your money and do something, and then they put you into problem, and it's difficult for you to claim back the product if it's got some fault at the point of reaching over there. And it is very, very difficult for you to get the product back from your buyers overseas, because it's going to be a financial hurdle, and then a lot of documentation and all stuff like that, and then you also cannot go and fly over there to that destination port to figure out what went wrong. So it is very important for you to work very closely with your supplier and make sure that everything is perfect before you load the product and send it across. So that's the reason you have to emphasize, you have to put a lot of focus in getting the right supplier in your team, because if the supplier is not right, then you're going to have a permanent headache all through the journey of your export business. See you in the next video. Until then, this is Krishna signing off from you. Good luck.